Hey guys, welcome to the PitMaster Secrets Podcast. I got my stack of papers. I got Johnny Briquette right here in the studio. We're getting ready to do an interview session here. So the last episode where we talked to Johnny Briquette was just a good conversation, just introducing Johnny Briquette and telling you a little bit about PitHustle BBQ and kind of what they're all about. But Scott, being as amazing as he is, you know my Scott, he's actually right over there. You can't see him. But anyway, he wrote me a list of questions for Johnny. And I'm going to go ahead and ask those questions, and we'll see what he has to say for himself. You ready for this?
I don't know. We'll see what happens.
You never know where it's going to go.
No,
Shoot, we might ask one question and then rabbit trail for the whole another 15 minutes there.
Might go mind blank.
You might.
Been locked up for so long.
I know, right? It's been crazy. So anyway, first question. What in the world have you been doing during lockdown?
Imagine that.
I know, right?
What have I been doing since?
That's like an easy question to ask right now with everybody being locked up.
I've been working.
Have you really?
Yeah, we've been working.
What's Johnny do for a living besides cook amazing barbecue and teach people how to be superstars in barbecue?
He works by the river. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he works by the river.
Works by the river.
Makes the towboats go.
Makes the towboats go.
Yeah, I love towboat songs. You ever listen to John Hartford?
I don't think so.
You're missing out if you're a towboat man. You got to listen to the towboat songs.
I don't know. I've listened to some of them, but most of them are not worth listening to.
Is that right?
If that makes any sense.
They're too pop country.
Oh, they're pretty way far down there.
All right, so you've been working, and I mean, you've been doing some cooking though.
Been
I
doing
know
a lot
that
of
for
cooking.
sure.
A lot of cooking.
Yeah, PitHustle 2.0.
Did some virtual contests.
Yeah.
Made it to a championship round, won that.
Mm-hmm.
And then let's see, just been doing a lot of cooking. Took the PitHustle 2.0 from Frank here at SmokerBuilder. Took it home a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
What was it? A month and a half ago?
It's been a month and a half. Yeah.
Supposed to cook a contest back up here, and then went to St. Louis, and basically the COVID hit, and couldn't cook those, and basically just been running the mill on the 2.0 there, and trying to get it dialed in. Been cooking anything from chicken to ribs to pork butts to briskets to jalapeno poppers to basically anything I can get my hands on here.
Sounds like you run it about every week.
I'm running anytime I'm off. I'm throwing a bag full of charcoal in and letting it run. If I can't,
what kind of charcoal? If I couldn't tell already,
a little bit of Rollo.
Oh man, is it any good? You like the tumbleweeds?
I love the tumbleweeds.
Dude, I like the tumbleweeds too.
They really
man.
make my life a whole lot easier than the chimney.
Yeah.
I like the chimney, but running the new drum system, doing a little different. So we're using the tumbleweeds that actually started off in the
top lighting the basket, and you got the drum open, lid open. Let it go until flames come out the top, and then shut her down.
I usually run I usually let the dial run up to about 100 degrees before I put the lid down.
Before you put the lid down.
That's kind of my mark.
So what kind of? I got to get back to Scott's questions here, but we don't want to get in trouble. But what kind of temp range are you cooking typically, like start to finish, like big swing? Big swing.
If I'm doing brisket, I'm somewhere between 450 to 500, and then dropping her down. Running the DraftMaster system, putting a super tuner plate on to drop it back down to about 3 to 325. But
and it locks down at 3 when you put that super tuner back in. Is the super tuner all turned blue?
No, it actually isn't. It really
Mine
isn't.
did. Mine turned blue.
I seen it was a pretty blue too. I was like, man, that is beautiful.
Yeah,
but
that's a hot drum, man.
It is.
Yeah.
It really is. And running at 3-inch really makes it where you can achieve it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not struggling to try to get airflow.
Yeah.
But I've been running anywhere from between 3 to 325 is what I've been running in the drum.
And the whole point is hot and fast cooking.
Hot and fast.
I mean, you want to run that thing like the Jambo guys are doing, and you want to start off at 450. Swell the brisket, 500, whatever. You said hot as I can get is what you told me. That's
basically now is get it to where you need it, wrap it, and finish it out. Let it rest.
Yeah.
So that's our goal.
That rest is everything.
Yep. Used to be go cook for 12 hours and come home dog tired. Can't do anything the next day. So we done eliminated all that. So.
Yeah. Sleep in the hotel the night before.
Man, sleeping in a hotel is always great if you get that hotel, but most of the time we just show. Usually with us, is what happens is one of us is usually working. So usually work off that morning, trying to get everything done, drive to where you're at. By the time you get everything prepped, it's about midnight, so you get about 3-4 hours sleep, and then you're back up and put it on and drive home.
PitHustle.
Hustling, baby, hustling.
All right, let's hit the next question here. Were you able to cook a lot? Build a lot?
Build?
Yeah, build cookers.
Actually, Colby got to build
one?
some.
Yeah,
I haven't
did.
got to build any.
Yeah.
He got to build 2 the other day.
He built that Pimp, I can't remember what it was called, Pimp something, the red drum.
Yeah, the red drum. And I think he liked that so much, I think we were going to turn the other ones into red and black drums. So
Yeah.
we was going to actually powder coat them and didn't get to, so we just went ahead with the Frank Cox Special and clear coat them up.
Yeah.
Went about them that way, and then COVID hit, and then we had plenty of time to powder coat them. It was done. We rushed to get them done and got here. So
Yeah, because all the contests got canceled.
Taking advantage of cooking on them. So that was a fun experience. Got to come up here and get all the parts.
Sorry.
And then took those home, put those together. About, I don't know, it took about a day to get all 3 of those put together. Everything drilled out. So it was pretty cool.
Cool. What's some barbecue skills you have been sharpening in the time?
Barbecue skills I've been sharpening.
Yeah. What is the thing that you've been like paying the most attention to? Like we always say, what's the thing that moves the needle in what you're trying to get accomplished, like get your goals accomplished quickest?
I'll say one thing. Rendering.
Rendering.
That's
Like
one thing I have been working on.
rendering fat
Yep.
while you're cooking.
Yes.
Yeah.
I feel like everything else is pretty much on point. Our trimming skills, our prep skills, our layouts, our timelines. Basically with barbecue now, we never ran a timeline.
Yeah.
Back when we was cooking, we never ran. We ran everything off touch, feel, smell. We could tell you what was going on just by smelling what was going on in the cooker. And we never ran a timeline. We just cooked and had fun. That's what we did. So now everything's kind of laid out in Google Docs. So basically I print it off, edit it, whatever I need to do. But from a checklist to every product that we're using, to every injection, from start to finish, from what you're going to use on chicken, what you're going to use on pork, what you're going to use on brisket. It all has a layout of all the products.
Yeah.
And then I started basically a Friday layout that gives you everything to do on Friday. And then on Saturday, what you're going to do on Saturday.
So you're getting your process map.
Getting everything processed out.
Yeah.
So that way, everything can be consistent.
Yeah.
Because if you're not cooking a lot like us on the contest, we only get to do about 4 or 5 a year with our work schedules. We're not fortunate to where we can go cook 20 contests a year. It would be great. But honestly, I don't have $20,000 to blow. So,
it's about $800 a contest if you do it the hard way.
So we actually hit up all the big contests. We was going to run the points race for St. Louis barbecue side this year, but I don't know if they're going to have that. It's kind of playing everything by ear. But basically run the process. We already got a few things in the works. I'm not going to talk about them right now, but we do have a few things in the works for some of the backyard guys and some of the beginners starting out that has a lot of questions or need some help on how to get started or what they need to do. So we will be going that direction. But basically everything else, the finished product, the way the meat looks, the trim, everything, I think everything's fine with that. We've been cooking so long, we've been doing it, that I think everything's on point. Once we find that one point that we're looking for each meat, that's when the game's going to change.
Yeah.
So, and we're still looking. I feel like pork has went from the last category to the top category. Brisket's always been right there in the top 10 no matter what. Chicken's done real good, but we've changed up a small amount of things. And ribs has always been our thorn in the side.
Yeah.
So, last contest, I think we went 4th. Contest before that, we was 25th. So, we've kind of changed up some things.
So you're always in the top 10 anyway.
It seems like
you're
we're
close
or right there, top 12, top 10, whatever. We're trying to be right there in the top 8 where we want to be at. So that's what basically we've been working on through the whole COVID crisis. And basically anything we get our hands on to cook, that's what we've been cooking. We got some meat we'll go.
Pork?
Yes, we debone it.
I noticed a lot of guys are starting to do that. They just debone and unroll it. And I remember back in the day with us, it was a matter of just scoping out that money muscle, getting it where you can find it once it's cooked, and
I remember
cutting that
trimming
sucker
it
out.
I don't remember back in the day. I don't remember trimming any butts down hardly.
Yeah.
I don't remember ribs. Same thing, same trim, same everything. Chicken was about the same thing. Chicken always did decent. Brisket, same thing. You know, we always try to about 7 inches so it would go in the box. You know, right there. But pork, I can't never remember anything being.
We never got crazy. We cut out the feather bones and hit the real bad fat areas, whatever, cut that gland out, and then pretty much it was a matter of identifying the money muscle. And, it wasn't until this year I was watching one of Cosmo's live streams from the American Royal, and I found out there's like a false money muscle.
Yep.
It's like a little layer that's on the top. All this time I've been leaving that in there. I had no idea.
A lot of people do leave that in there because
there's
they
so
think
much to it.
They're afraid to cut it. I think that's the biggest thing with the money muscle. Everybody's like, well, if I cut it, then am I messing it up? Yeah. And the biggest thing I can say is go get you a cheap butt from the grocery store, which you will not find any right now at all.
Yeah, you will not. That's for sure.
When stuff comes down, go buy you a cheap piece of meat.
Yeah.
And just take it apart.
Yeah.
And learn where all the tubes are, the money muscle, the bacon, the horn meat, all of those sections, and break it down so that way you can be familiar with that butt. And you can discard what you like and what you don't like, because like now, this year, like even when we started PitHustle 2 years ago, we still wasn't trimming butts down. I was like, man, our butts aren't getting done quick enough. So now we're actually trimming down to 4 pounds.
Really?
Everyone, I'm weighing them out, 4 pounds.
No kidding.
No more, no less.
So I've never really heard anybody say that they're trimming down to a weight.
Yeah, that's kind of like
dude. That's like threading the needle.
Yeah,
that's process.
I think you have
right
to
there.
have it though if you want to contend in the pork game. I think you have to have consistency on weight.
Well, I mean, everything from cleaning your cooker. If you clean your cooker after every contest, you got to freaking clean your cooker after every contest, or you're going to lose that rhythm.
I just actually did a video on that the other day.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah,
I mean,
you had one that was clean.
Yeah.
Wiped your finger on it, and the other one you wiped your finger on and it was dirty. And you could tell the difference.
And people don't understand that. And the biggest thing I can figure out is like the exhaust pipe. They don't clean it.
Yeah.
And it drips down the meat, and that's where all the black spots are coming out on your meat if you don't
just
clean it
as
off.
Exhaust pipe. What are you encouraging? What are you? Sorry, guys. What do you encourage aspiring pitmasters to be doing during this time of social distancing?
Social distancing. There's one now.
How are they asking you questions?
I would say take the time and relax. That's my biggest thing right now.
Really?
As I've took the time to relax and take it as a learning process that I don't get all the time, because I'm constantly running, constantly going. Something's always going on. If you got baseball or kids or anything else going on, you don't get a lot of time to practice. So take the time that you do have and concentrate on one thing instead of trying to concentrate on everything. 4 categories. I concentrate basically a month is what I've been doing is one meat. So I think
pick
there was
pork and do 1 month.
Just
cook
month.
Pork. Yeah.
I think I cooked. I don't know how many times I've cooked ribs in the past couple months to where everybody's tired of eating ribs because that's all they had and that's all I was cooking. But then it went to pork, so I was finding a lot of pork butts. So I was buying those 2-packs and I was cooking them on my days off. I'd cook one day and then the next day I'd cook again. If I was there at the house, I was taking that time to find out what I could do with that pork butt. I was taking it up as high as I could get it on my cooker. I was taking it low. I was, like we was talking about 4 pounds, or what we wanted to do with the seasoning, how we need to set it, how much seasoning, how much less seasoning. Because if you want the meat to shine through, layers, that's the thing. Just concentrate on one thing, and then worry about the time frame later. If something you are doing is writing everything down, when you get up that day, get you a notepad. Find out what the weather is, find out what the humidity is, find out what the barometric pressure is, write down what product you are using, what brand you are using, what injections, what sauce, what seasoning, write that all down on a piece of paper. I have
PitMaster's notebook.
Basically, yes. And I have notebooks that have all kinds of stuff in them. Now, I don't always go by the same timeline, but I can go back and narrow it down. So if I know there's a contest coming up, and I know if the humidity is going to be high and the barometric pressure is going to be high, that I can take that in accountability. Or if it's going to rain that day, what happened when it rained that day to the meat? It didn't cook faster. We ran into this problem down in Arkansas, down there cooking. And the biggest issue I had was I ran out of charcoal at the end. And it cost a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we didn't realize it, almost didn't realize it till it was too late. but it cost me my chicken turn-in. And basically, chicken's always in the top 10, and I think it was like 24th. So,
sorry, everybody. I need to hit the OK button on the timer.
but basically, it was 24th, I think, out of however many teams. But it's because I didn't get to run my time frame on my chicken because everything cooked so much faster, it was burning the charcoal out quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So that was something that I had to experience because cooking on drums the past 2 years, I haven't learned that yet. So that was something new that I learned that day.
Mm-hmm.
But we caught it. We got all the big meats, everything else pushed forward, but it cost me chicken time to go ahead and rush it. And we knew when we turned it in, it was beautiful and pretty, but we knew it wasn't going to eat. So,
yep.
That's the things of a learning process that you need to do in your backyard before you get to the contest, or it's going to cost you a bunch of money like it did us that day.
Yeah, it costs you the money for buying all your meat, getting there, the time down from whatever you would have been doing, plus you didn't win no money.
Exactly.
So.
And I don't care to get beat by you. I just don't want to get beat by me.
Yeah, that's a bad deal.
That's the problem I have going home. When I beat myself.
Yeah, for sure. That's bad. So what's an event you're looking forward to once all this COVID stuff is over?
COVID stuff, man, seems to be the topic of the day.
I know, right? we have to wait. We have to wear it out. That's the trending topic.
Man, there's so many good ones right now, but I think we've picked out. Probably going to go maybe here in June. Maybe go over to Springfield. They got a contest going. I think it's $20,000 payout.
Mm-hmm.
Pussy Q down there in I guess it's down in Mississippi.
Mm-hmm.
I think, I don't remember how much it is. A big time contest. Should have a lot of teams. Big time payouts. Trying to go to Murfreesboro this year, but I don't know what's going to happen with all that. But probably the one we're looking forward to the most is the Rural. We haven't been to the Rural. And all the time we've been cooking, we've always talked about it, but we've never been. So going to the Rural this year is going to be a fun, excitement time. We're not going to roll up in a trailer. We're going to roll up in a tent. We're still going to be there cooking. So if you're at the American Rural, come by and see Johnny. Come by and watch. We'd love to have a crowd come by and just kind of watch everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Ain't going to bother us one bit.
BYOB.
We do a lot better under pressure.
Well, I know we'll be there. SmokerBuilder will. We're probably not going to cook, but we'll be there with you guys. We'll be there with the 43rd Parallel Barbecue.
Right.
Really, really looking forward to it. I'm excited. Going to see a lot of people. I think Freddie Vegas will be there. That's our buddy down there, Chris Salisbury, and out of Fredericksburg, Virginia. He'll be there. At least I think he will. Anyway, he's got a big old crazy trailer now.
I honestly don't know where everybody's going to be at this year because, they're going in the points race, so, there's a lot of stuff going, a lot of doubles. There's really no telling what's going to happen.
I bet there'll be a lot of doubles this year, trying to get points, trying to get stuff going, get all them contests.
And I think it's going to be more of a I've cooked 40 contests this year to I've cooked 25 contests, and you better cook 25 good contests.
Yeah.
So watch out for my boy Heavy Smoke.
Yeah, Chris. Yeah. Hey, so we got one more question. This is a heavy one, folks. So here we go. Fat cap up or fat cap down? Why?
Oh man,
this is the age-old debate.
I know.
There's so much myth. There's so much myth and so much speculation, but no testing that actually supports the right or wrong answer. But
I'll tell you this.
Everyone has an opinion.
I'm not the brisket guy.
Well, brisket or pork butt.
But I'll tell you this. If you're cooking on a drum smoker, you better go fat side down. That's all I can tell you.
I agree with that. Yeah.
That's what I can tell you right now. The cabinet smoker, I don't think it really matters.
Yeah.
That's the honest truth.
Yeah.
You can go either way. If I was cooking cabinet smoker, I would go fat side down. No doubt about it.
Mm-hmm.
But it just don't really, either way, don't really bother me. As long as it ain't the UDS. UDS, if you're not fat side down, then...
Why?
Why? Because you're going to need something to protect all the heat coming up.
Well, because you're putting it on there, the way you guys are cooking, you're putting it on there 450, 500 degrees. And, to get that fat cap on there, get some sear going on the bottom side, microwave, whatever. Do you think it's an upside down microwave on a drum? Because I'm thinking like an open air offset, like we're hitting it up on top is what we're doing with that.
I'm fixing to try something new in the chicken world.
Are you?
Yeah. So we're going to
Stay
see
tuned.
what you was talking about.
Yeah.
Talked about that the other day.
Yeah.
How can we be more efficient with cooking chicken in a drum?
Okay.
So I'll talk to you about that after we get off here.
Oh, you can't let the secret spill out, can you?
But fat side up, fat side down. There's no wrong way.
There's
cook
no
the meat.
wrong. We just cook the meat.
Just
Get out
cook the
there and
meat.
cook. Yeah, yeah.
think it's
Maybe
gonna
try
matter.
fat cap down just on a drum smoker, but yeah. Well, hey, folks, we really appreciate you listening here. PitMaster Secrets podcast. Normally we get all geeked out and talk about like how to build smokers and operation and a lot of technical and things like that. But once in a while we get a guy like Johnny in here in the studio, and I'm really happy with this whole studio thing. It's going to enable us to do more interviews and talk to some people that we care about. And if you want to, get on over there to PitHustle BBQ on Facebook or Instagram. Give them guys a follow, join in their group, that kind of thing. In the meantime, if you don't mind, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the podcast, and we'll bring as much value to you as we possibly can. Till next time, we'll talk to you later, fellas. Thanks a lot.